beep, Uber picking them up. Skeet, skeet, then I'm kicking up dust.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt Forrester, Silver Halo Charters and Joker Jigs and Lures. Just come out offshore looking for a few bass. I've come east. The pollock fishing's slowed down a bit now and we've had a nice run of weather, done a few trips, and I've started fishing for the bass. I've just come out on my own today and I'm going to be using the Power Zero Palmaris rod and some 80, 100 and 120 gram jigs. We're in just over 50 metres of water. It's a fairly big tide. We've only got about a knot of drift at the moment and there's no wind at all. If you have a little look around, it's just absolutely perfect. Bright sun. A few other boats about, a couple of commercials not far away fishing. So I've not started fishing yet. I'm going to just reset the boat because we're a little bit too close. We're actually on the wreck already, so I'll just go back up there, reset, and yeah, Power Zero Palmaris P Plus jigging rod, and I'll be going down first of all with the 80 gram Mayhem. That's a Joker Mayhem and that's the green sprat colour. Just 2 hooks on that one. It's only a short jig, and I'll put a swivel on there as well, just to help with line twist and whatnot when you're catching big up pout and stuff that get in the way. So yeah, I'll set the camera up, move the boat around and start fishing, hopefully find some nice bass. So this is my first drift. The rod, like I said, the Palmaris Power Zero. It's a P Plus jigging rod. I'm using a Joker Mayhem 80 gram and green sprat. We're in 52 metres of water. I'm using 20-pound braid, 26-pound fluoro leader. I could be a bit lighter on the braid because the rod's only rated to 25 to 100 gram. So if you're using a light rod with a light jig, you want to go lighter on the braid. But offshore, you know, 20 pounds are already pretty light. Just got to be careful that the braid doesn't slow the jig down if it's too heavy. Something hit it then while it was falling. Quite a long way off the bottom, and there we go. So I'm reading the marker braid. I was about 10 metres off the bottom, so when it stopped I knew it wasn't the bottom. Bass can be very hard to hook sometimes because they bump the jig. So I kept jigging it around that area. Fish on. Yeah, it's a bass. Not a bad little bass actually. Not bad for the first drift. So I'm not keeping fish today. I might take one or two. I can only take 2 bass anyway, but it's more about the fishing. We'll go around again. Boat's drifting a little bit funny because there's no wind to sort of hold it in any position, and it's just sort of, it's not ideal because the jig could go under the boat. Ideally you want to be jigging under the rod tip. If it's going that way or that way, it's not ideal really. Because we've got no wind, it's not pushing the boat away from the jig, but ideally you want the boat facing the right way for your drifts. So I'm getting hits again up high. I'm at least 10 metres off the bottom to get these fish. Working it up from the bottom, not even on the wreck yet. So there's obviously a lot of bass here. This one feels like he might be a little bit bigger. That's a backfish. Slightly bigger than the first one. There's shit all over me. Lovely fish. It's my prize. Go around again. That's good here. 2 drifts, 2 bass so far. And they're not on the bottom, okay? So I'm hitting the bottom, I'm jigging it up, working it up, pause, work it up, pause, work it up, pause. And even before the rack, I'm starting to get activity around the jig about 10 metres up. You notice little pauses as it's dropping back down, or you feel slight knocks. It's not like pollock when they hit it a lot harder straight away. Bass often bump the jig and then they'll come back to take it. So you see my red, all my red's in, and I'm just coming into the green line. So I've been getting the takes in the orange line, so that's all the green up. So that's 10 metres up. Just coming into the orange now. Something very small, maybe a mackerel. Nice big mackerel. Take that. one for the cool box. So I need to keep my drag tight for the hook up. There's no danger of the fish getting inside the rack because I'm fishing quite high and we're not fishing for pollock. When I'm fishing for pollock, close to the bottom, over the structure, the big ones always want to get right inside the rack, so you end up putting your drag more tight than you really would like. Now I'm out here, I can have the drag a bit softer, but you still need it pretty tight to help set the hooks. And then once you've had the fish on for a minute or so, you can just back the drag off a bit. That's like fighting all the way up to the top. So you don't want to drag too tight around the boat in case they are a big fish and they want to run. That's all the orange up, so I've come up 20 metres. That was a take. On the drop back down, we're just going into the orange now. There we go. So I stopped it 10 metres before the bottom then to work it back up through the orange and got a take as I stopped it. No point in being on the bottom here. That's 10 to 20 metres up. Smaller. I want to find a big one. It's going a bit quiet here now. I've done about probably 7 drifts, and I've had 3 or 4 bass and 1 mackerel. The last 2 or 3 drifts, nothing. So I'll do this one and I'll move on again. I think the fish might have become spooked. Tide's picked up a little bit, so they may have moved slightly, further away, but I've got a feeling, because it's quite a small wreck, they might have been spooked and just moved off. This is a nice drift though, right through the middle, so we'll see what happens. It's just the red's on the spool, it's just going to green as it comes out of the water. So most of my takes have been in the orange colour, so that's 10 metres up plus. Just into the orange a few metres now. Time to try a new location. So I'm jigging this jig fast because I'm trying to encourage bass to hit it. They've got a lot of their own bait down there that they're eating, small fish, there's mackerel around. So I'm trying to do a bit of extra work to try and encourage bites. It's not a speed jig, it works very well as a slow jig, but it's got a nice flutter on the fall and it darts well when you pull it quickly. One downside I've noticed with using it more quickly, the way I am working it up through the water, is it's, even with a swivel on there, it is twisting my line a little bit. It's not a big deal, but it's nice to see your braid not getting twisted up. Off to another wreck, I think.